Nani.
We're going. We're rolling right now. So we just. I want people to see how we talk, just kind of like you and I. You know what I mean?
Men with our legs crossed.
Yeah, legs. We do have our legs crossed. We kind of talk low sometimes. You know what I mean?
Sometimes,
you sip on your coffee.
I sip on this coffee.
Just doing a little sippy.
It's not the best coffee, is it?
No, it's not. Can I get some color on those shoes? Because I'm not mad at them actually.
Oh, the Louis Vuittons.
Oh,
these aren't for you, bro.
They're not, huh? I feel like I could pull those off. Except
me too.
I don't know about the Louis on the side though. But
well, the other one says Vuitton.
Oh, the other one says
Father's Day gift.
Not mad at them.
Why would you be? They're like cons on steroids.
Yeah.
They're like cons if they were Vitor.
Well, what do you think about you and shoes? Because that's usually traditionally a female obsession, right?
No, there's a lot of shoe heads out there.
Yeah.
There's more now than ever, I think.
Right.
Because now it's like...
Do you think that you're a giant man with a powerful body, just big bones and strong, a lot of fast twitch muscle, a great athlete? We all know this. But do you think you have just an extra dash, just a little more estrogen than...
I don't think so.
No, I mean, just do you feel like you think like a woman sometimes?
No, see,
do you ever clutch your chest?
See, I think it's weird, guys who don't give a shit about what they wear.
Dude, I'm wearing $600. These were given to me. These are my Golden Goose.
I was there when your friend gave you those.
Yeah, but I mean,
your black business socks ain't helping anyone with those.
I tend to dress for comfort and utility.
That's how a lot of people are.
Yeah, you like.
I feel like there's no middle ground. I feel like either someone's, especially with dudes, they're really into fashion, or they just don't give a fuck at all, and their girl does the shopping.
I think that the world is a better place. Like I understand people wanting to be a little bit more into fashion. Thank God, it's easy to make fun of it, but we all in a way want to look good, right? So my nephews, I bought them 2 James Purse shirts, and they dress. They're young, you know.
Yeah.
But I bought them these really nice. They're expensive and they look really good. They wear those shirts out. That's their favorite shirt,
they
right?
wear jeans and that,
right? So when you get a shirt like that, you go, "Oh, that's why this costs." Sometimes you can be like, "Oh, that's why this costs $130."
Still a rip off, but yeah. There's still pipe.
Yeah,
but that's
right?
everywhere. Like I was at the Grove this weekend, and literally you go in the shops and just plain tees, colored soft tees. That's like the thing. What else did you do this weekend? You were gone, right?
I was in Utah with my son.
Beautiful
and my
Utah.
paw.
Just
Father's
the boys?
Day.
Real Callan cock fest.
Real cock fest. My mother kind of nattering around, kind of like, you know, taking care of the kid, doing what my mom's a traditional Italian woman, so she's doing all the traditional things like cooking.
Keep her mouth shut.
No, she definitely doesn't do that.
No, I know, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Traditional, in the kitchen, hot in her mouth.
I told you my parents have been married like 100 years. So
100. So they're just over each other. Over. When your father breathes, does it get on your mom's nerves?
Sir, 100%. And sir, if I have to say this. My dad hides from her in the house.
He's trying to get relaxed.
I caught him behind us. I told you that story where I was like, "Where are you?" And I hear movement. And he's like, "What? Is she around?"
The big bear's hiding.
He still does that. Now, a couple things about my pa at 76. He's got a lot of time on his hands. You understand? So golf is one obsession. I went and played some golf with a professional guy.
Did you play some golf?
I played on the tour for a while. Interesting when you got a guy that good who teaches you a couple things. You end up hitting the ball pretty well.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. So golf is his thing, but he's taken up the guitar.
This is something older guys do a lot of time. My dad took up the bongos.
Did he? No,
the bongos.
Oh, they got to start a band.
And your dad on the guitar.
Now your dad may have some musical ability.
Hall and Oates, Shav and Callan touring. I can see tees now. I can market the fuck out of these 2 old birds.
My dad, though, you've seen how thick his fingers are. He's got big old Wisconsin fingers.
Does he just use does he use a giant fucking bass as a regular guitar? Does it look like a violin in his hands?
Look, we're all made for certain things. Now, if I said I came to you and I was very serious, and you said, "What are you doing?" And I was on all fours. And I was running into like a sled. And you're like, "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm practicing becoming a nose guard."
Yeah, it's not for you.
You would go, Bryan. We got to have a talk.
Yeah.
I'm going to make that analogy with my father and that stringed instrument. I'm telling you right now, I looked at him, I go, it's an old Woody Allen joke. I go, why don't you just buy a parrot and strangle it? Because I'd rather listen to that. Why don't you saw a trumpet in half?
Just his big old fucking corn dog fingers.
He has
one string. Dun, dun, dun.
He has zero
rhythm,
zero ear for music, zero. And it's just not what his skill is.
Why do guys do that?
Ging, ging, ging. Ging. I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here.
What if you come back, though, and your dad just wig on, tattoos, just ding, 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 ding,
Nope, not for him. Not for him with those
Mom
giant
just
fingers.
dancing in lingerie.
Hey,
like,
man.
what the fuck?
Hey,
like
and
an 80s rock
And me in the corner
video.
going,
You and your sister throwing up. Your dad's playing Enter Sandman.
Oh.
Into the light. Your mom's tits are out. Just.
hey, bro, come on.
That's
Take
how
it
I see
easy.
Cowan's parties
Well,
going.
I don't, man.
Well, shit, my dad got on the tuba or the fucking bongos. I went,
The bongos are the last instrument.
I came in and he goes, I'm taking bongo lessons. I went, like
boy.
the drums you see the Aborigines using? And he goes, yeah, exactly like that.
Aborigines?
And I went, out of all the instruments,
Right.
you picked the bongos? Dude.
Like, what was that? Something he's always wanted to do?
I have no idea.
Does he picture himself in a Hawaiian shirt with shorts and just, hey, I'm out. Everybody, come on, man. Hey.
He tried talking to me about
Peter Schaub on the fucking bongos.
No, you know he's thinking. You know that Paul Simon. You can because
he collaborated with South African. Yeah, he collaborated with South African musicians for that.
I think that's what inspired my father. He didn't tell me that. I just assumed that. The problem is I just pretend I didn't hear it. And he told me all the stuff. Very cool. Hey, how's the weather in Denver? I'm not trying to the bongos.
Let's keep moving forward.
God damn
Let's
it.
keep moving forward.
Jesus, man.
I started to make fun of the guitar. My father stopped me and he goes, "You got a problem with that?" Like he got defensive, and I went, "I don't.
I sure don't.
I don't."
Good for him, though.
I think the guitar and I think golf are good things, and watching documentaries on big cats are great.
It could be worse. He could go full AWOL and turn into Caitlyn Jenner. Can you imagine your dad's like, listen, I like to play the guitar and I'm cutting off my dick.
I've never met anybody. Huh? I've never met anybody with less feminine energy. Both his parents were men. I think. I mean, I'm telling you, man, that guy's got There's no feminine energy. This is him. Doesn't
give a fuck either. I haven't seen your dad. I've seen your dad maybe 5 times in my life.
Could give.
When I walk in, I was like, "Hey, what's up, Michelle?"
He could give.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
At least acknowledge me.
Less than
I'm not the help around here.
Less than zero
fuck,
fucks,
man.
Yeah, whatever. Friend of Bryan's. Yeah. Huh? What? I'm reading.
Hey, did you you texted me about the Ward Kovalev fight? Did you got to watch it in Utah, or did you just see it on your
watched
phone?
it on his giant TV.
Your papa wanted to watch it too, or no? He just got
no. He watched it. He watched it with me. Yeah.
He likes boxing.
Yeah, he'll watch boxing. He's a football, basketball guy, baseball guy, and I'm a huge fan of that. But he'll watch boxing. But you know, I was so excited about that fight.
It was a good fight.
Well, I have a question, and I know you'll probably.
Did you see the undercard though? The homeboy that threw the late hit.
Yeah, so Rigondeaux's amazing. I don't know if you ever watched any. Go watch highlights of Rigondeaux. It's ridiculous. First of all, nobody butchers his name more. They're Rigondeaux, and I was like, dude, it's Rigondeaux. Just say Rigondeaux. It's pronounced Rigondeaux in French, but it doesn't matter. The point is, if you watch his highlight reel, if you've seen his highlight reel, it's crazy. He's just like this fucking magic man, and he's amazing. Good. But you could clearly hear the bell, ging, and then they were both swinging at the same time.
They're both swinging.
So Roy Jones Jr.'s point was, well, they're both swinging, so you're defending yourself at all time. But I mean, first of all, he was holding his head. Tell me what you think.
Holding his head.
So I felt like there were 2 illegal hits, and then Bell, and he knocks him out.
But this is my thing. The other homeboy was throwing 2 because his didn't land as precise. The other guy didn't get knocked out. So how can you? Shouldn't they both be disqualified? Because
that was kind of
because his lands.
So it should have been a no contest. What was very weird was after he talked to the president of the athletic commission, he came back and said, "I'm counting as a knockout because you were knocked out at or before the bell."
Yeah, but you know why?
Made no sense to me.
But the only reason they said that is because the head of commission, the truck told him, and they actually went back and looked at the tape.
Right.
He got misinformation because they're like, nope, it's clear as day. It was before the punch was thrown before the bell. So that guy didn't see it. He sees it in real time. So he goes, "You're sure?" They go, "Clear as day." So that's why he's like, "Oh, then it's a knockout." But as like maybe a minute later, Jim Lampley's interviewing him, talks to him, and goes, "So we just got word that you were misguided. That's not the case. We're positive it was after the bell." And he goes, "Well, in that case, we'll look at it, and it will be ruled, a no
contest or whatever.
No,
disqualification.
Disqualification. Yeah. Actually, a loss for him, which it should. I don't think that guy was knocked out. I think that guy was playing the role. And if anyone, I've been knocked out. If you've ever been concussed or anything like that, that's typically not the way the body moves when you're knocked
Roy Jones
out.
Jr.
When the way he sat himself down and then played the role, I think he was looking for DQ or some sort of leniency there. So that he fucked himself with that. But
Roy Jones Jr. hinted at that. You know, he kind of said, he hinted at it. He said, you know, it's very interesting that these guys will get knocked out. Yeah, get it knocked out, but then they're just fine right after.
Doesn't work like that.
It's very interesting.
He was like, "What?"
So I think Roy Jones Jr.
Like,
suspected that, and that's just a veteran move, probably a calculation that went
not
wrong.
Really. It's not really a veteran move. Is I don't know what was going on there because they're going to stop the fight.
The way I look at it is that since they were both throwing at the same time, and it was definitely after the bell, I would have called it a no contest.
Me too.
Right.
I'd do it again. Yeah.
You know, it
especially
was really
that guy.
weird that they chose
no matter we can say if he's knocked out or not.
Yeah.
If let's say he was, it should be a no contest.
Now here's
because they were both throwing at the same time. Did you see it, Chin?
Yeah. The way he threw his hands back after he fell
down, that's not real.
It was so like everyone I was with.
He sat down.
That's actually a shitty acting job.
He sat down almost.
He sat down, but his body didn't shut down. Like your brain literally turns the body off. That wasn't a turn off.
He did this,
and he like here,
funny,
and then he was all, "Oh my god!" Like, come on, man.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to give you my assessment. Let me give you my assessment. Tell me what you think. So, I felt like Kovalev was ahead 4-2 by round 6. And I think he handily won round 6, Kovalev. Then in round 7, I started to watch. I felt like Ward started to figure Kovalev out a little bit. But Kovalev is very rugged. Kovalev looked tired. He looked like he wasn't as conditioned for whatever reason, or maybe nerves or whatever it was.
Nerves.
Yeah, I don't know. He was breathing like what. This is going to sound weird too. When they met in the center of the ring, I looked at Kovalev's stomach, and his stomach, he was breathing rapidly. It was really weird. I was like, whatever that is. I don't know if that was nerves or whatever. But so either way, I felt like Kovalev had that was inflicting most of the damage and also kind of pressing the fight. So when I had him winning.
So you had Kovalev up on the card?
Yeah, by round 7. Now, then I started to watch what I looked like Andre Ward was not only figuring him out, but I saw a lot of those punches that Kovalev was kind of going over, doubling over. They looked like they were right on the belt. And I've never been punched there boxing-wise, so I don't know. You would know better.
That's still legal.
It's still legal.
Yeah, it's legal.
Okay.
It's on the belt line.
Right. So for
the ones at the end, the move one, you can't fault Andre Ward. He can't see them.
Right.
And Kovalev's bent over.
Yes. And I also think so finally what I think happened was this. I believe that Andre Ward's a better boxer at the end of the day. And I think he proved it not only with that right hand, which hurt Kovalev, but then went to the body and kept going to the body. And if you look at those shots, I do not believe that those shots were in the balls or low enough for Kovalev to claim that it was, I was incapacitated.
Yeah, where they should rematch.
I think he got hurt, and I think he was. I just think he was looking for a way out.
So I scored it round by round because last one was so close. I had to go back and watch it several times. So this one I went round by round. I had Kovalev up. I think either I had Ward or Kovalev up just one round, but Jim the guy
Kellerman.
No, not Kellerman. Letterman was so off because the issue is Kovalev came out, set a higher pace than he sat in the he
threw a lot more
match,
punches,
which is why he was more tired. But also Andre Ward set a higher pace, and he's more calculated with his shots. He didn't throw as many and landed damn near just as many power punches. But he's not a power puncher. So a lot of those rounds, Ward got the better shots, but Kovalev's such a power puncher, it looks more effective. But Ward was actually winning those rounds
because he was inflicting more damage with those jabs and all that. You mean because of Ward's face?
Kovalev landed more jabs, but
well, they said CompuBox said he landed a lot more shots. By round 6,
he landed more. I don't know.
What
I don't care about.
is.
I don't care about that stuff. The issue is the quality of those landing. Like Kovalev probably threw 600 more punches than Ward, but if you look at the percentage of what lands and what's important, what lands, that's what matters. The style doesn't mean you won the fight.
Right.
So CompuStrike is a style thing. So when Jim Lampley, and we'll touch on this and move on, when Jim Lampley goes, I actually got the CompuStrike numbers on Conor McGregor's last 3 fights. He's not that active of a fighter. This is even bigger mismatch than I thought. That doesn't work, Jim. You got to be educated on what's going on in mixed martial arts. You can't have a fighter with the same production and output of a boxing match to MMA.
Yeah.
So when he says that stuff, it just shows he's uneducated. And also, when you look at CompuStrike numbers, those are geared towards a guy's fighting style. If they both have the same style, like a Canelo Triple G, I'll look at CompuStrike.
Yeah, but
a guy like Floyd Mayweather
throws one shot. He throws one punch.
A guy like Floyd has a high output, but still, you look at a guy like Floyd, or you look at a guy like Lomachenko, who's crazy output, and he's fighting another guy. Then they make sense. But in this fight, Andre Ward he's the more savvy. I thought they were borderline low, but I've never seen ever in my life a Russian turn his back on his opponent. Crazy. Ever in my life.
Yeah.
You remember when he turned back and he goes, "Whoa, defend yourself."
Yes.
And I went, "Oh, he's breaking."
Is that what it was?
I think mentally conditioning, because the last fight he got outclassed after the 5th round because he gassed out.
Yeah.
So I think that 5th round mentally just triggered in his head. He's like, "Oh my God, I'm tired now." So he was fucked from there. I don't think he was out of shape. He just set such a high pace. But Andre Ward went, all right, and he's best at adjustments. He goes, all right, you want to set that high pace? I'm going to do the exact same thing. Let's see who outpaces each other.
Yeah.
You're the one with the cardio issue. So then he just started taking over. Yeah. And we see Kovalev break. Yeah. I've never seen a Russian break ever in my life.
Amazing.
That was the first time I've ever seen a guy break.
Amazing.
I thought you can argue some of those shots were low. Kovalev, you don't think Kovalev's been hit there before?
Yeah.
I've never seen him break like that. But I think I had Ward either up 1 round or Kovalev, but it was close. It was teetering back and forth. But, you can't argue that fight. And to be honest, those two are never going to fight again.
No,
they're never going to see that fight again.
I think Ward proved he's a better fighter. I mean, at the end of the day.
That first fight was up in the air. I thought you could have gave it to Kovalev, but now you fight a second time. You stop him via fucking TKO. So
he was sitting down.
It's never going to happen again.
Sitting down on the ropes. Do you think that?
And then Ward goes, I'll fight at heavyweight. I'd love to see his coach goes, I'd love to see his chance against Joshua.
No, stop.
I'd have to find out how much Ward weighs in at. Skill-wise, it'd be very tough for Joshua to hit a guy like Ward. Ward is an absolute technician.
But you're talking about 100-pound difference or something crazy.
No.
What did he fight at 170? Anthony Joshua is how much? 240?
240?
Yeah,
but Ward walks around at 200. You're about 40 pounds different.
Does he walk at 200?
Yeah. Yeah, he's.
Yeah, I think Anthony Joshua is too big a man.
He could. But you say that like Evander Holyfield against Lennox Lewis or these other guys.
Andre Ward is a fucking great fighter. He really
168.
168.
Well, that's what he fought at, right? And then
that's a much smaller frame.
At light heavyweight,
249.
Oh my God, yeah, that's
he's
much
huge.
6'6".
He's
huge.
a much smaller frame. Yeah, that's a different.
Huge.
Yeah, you don't want to fight. Those guys are too big. They're just too big. It's a physics issue, I think. But God, 6'7".
You say that, but there's been smaller guys,
Yeah, I feel like maybe, but I just feel like when you're getting into the 6'7" range, it's just a different. It's literally there's the reason there's weight classes. That's crazy. But he's
if anyone's going to do it, it'd be
if anyone, it would be Ron.
He's more skilled than any heavyweight there's.
I believe that. He's an amazing.
I would watch it too.
You got him as your number 2 pound for pound.
Yeah, I still got Lomachenko for number 1, but resume-wise, Andre Ward's number 1. But just potential, skill, technique, I got Lomachenko.
What's his name?
Andre Ward's just not, just not a draw. Like neither him or the Kovalev are a draw. That's their issue.
Yeah. Well, they had some animosity. I don't know how much of that was theatrical or not, but
yeah, they're not. It's not theatrical though. Like if you know the history, those guys, that's all real. But it's not that didn't draw you to the fight.
Kovalev's not a very good loser. He was not very.
Well, he's upset.
Yeah, but he, I wish he hadn't talked about the low blows and stuff because I felt like some of that was.
Imagine a world title fight, Brian, biggest fight of your life, and you feel you got.
There's a way to lose.
And you got low. He got low, but he feels like he was cheated. So the first, I disagree with that. So you look at Kovalev, the first fight, his team 100% thinks they won and got cheated.
I can see that. I can see that argument.
So then the second fight, he genuinely thinks he got low blowed and cheated again.
Does he genuinely think he was low blowed, or was that an excuse to when he turned his back, or was that an excuse because he broke? Because he expended his.
I think it's a combination of both. I think his cardio made him
miscalculated,
weak, and then he also got to what he thinks low blow.
So I think that Andre.
I think he's looking
for
excuses.
Yeah, because I watched those low blows, especially the ones where really kind of like had a breather right on the belt. I mean,
You see, but you can't say I watch those low blows and they're legal because we can't see them unless you had an angle we can see.
I did because I saw it in slow motion.
No, I did too. I watched the same fight.
Yeah, but
you can't say like you.
I'm talking about during the fight. I'm talking
about during the fight. I'm talking about the ones where they stopped it.
Yeah,
we can't see those because Kovalev's bent over.
But I did see them. I mean, from my angle, when I saw it, like especially
I don't know what TV you got.
The one he hit him right in the belt, right on the belt. In fact, above the belt. And that there was one where he hit him like that, and he kind of went down. Here, let's see this. And I was like, See, this is the end of the fight. So let's watch this.
See, that would be below the belt.
But where is that? That's on his. I feel like that's his pubic bone at the most. Like it's not his balls, right?
We don't know because his arm's in the way.
I'm looking.
So so this is the belt line here, B.
Yeah. Okay.
So according to that, the view we're seeing there, that'd be a low blow.
He's already bent over here, though, right? So what happened here? And then I don't know.
They finished the fight. So how you can say they're not? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not fair to say that.
Well, but it is because the blows that I saw, like the blows that he was claiming were low during the fight.
That
to me was borderline. That's what it looked like to me. You know what I mean? It didn't look like it was close to his balls, which is the main issue, right?
But we don't know where is his balls in that picture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can't say these aren't.
Let's see, like certain like so they had a great angle of.
This is what everyone saw.
Okay, that's a different thing.
This is the very end. So the end you're talking about, the angle you saw.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about during the fight.
This is the only angle anyone saw. B.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah.
So unless you had a special TV or
I'm not talking about
angles,
these. See right there. That feels like it's right on the belt. You see that?
It hit the B.
But watch. Try it again. Let's see it. Ready? Boom, 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 boom. I feel like it's above the B, dude. Look at that, right there.
Well, no, he's covering the B.
I got that. To me, that's not below the belt.
It's so borderline.
It's borderline. I'll give it to you. It's borderline. And he's going down like that, but I feel like that's because he was hurt and tired, not so much because
I'm sure it's all above.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair to say it's just because
I think Andre Ward won the fight because he calculated correctly. I think that Sergey Kovalev overcalculated or miscalculated. He punched himself out essentially. He was more tired, and I think Ward is just a smarter fighter.
I think Ward would have won the fight regardless. Yeah. I don't think we can say those weren't low. It's tough. It's right there.
Because there was one very clear punch where Kovalev in the middle of the fight where Kovalev went down.
Hurt him.
Yeah, but with Roy Jones Jr. was saying that's a legal blow because you could see it was clearly actually a little bit above the belt line. And so that's when I went, so in the middle of the fight, when I saw that, I was like, that's suspect to me that Kovalev is going down because I felt like he was using that as an excuse to be tired and get his breath. That's what it felt like. So I think
it's fair to say all those are legal, though.
No, I think a lot of them.
But I don't think you can fault Ward either because he can't see there either, and Kovalev's bent over.
Right.
If he's upright, he's gonna have way more body mass to work with and be more calculated. It's tough to tell. That's borderline. Like when they show at the commission, there's going to be a little bit of controversy.
My feeling also, and tell me what you think of this. If they fought again 3 more times, I feel like Ward's the kind of guy that has got such a high fight IQ that he figures you out.
Yeah, they're never fighting.
I think he would win again.
Yeah, Kovalev ain't beating him.
Yeah, exactly.
You'll never see that fight.
That's
again.
what I mean.
Unless they overturn that for some weird reason, which who knows in boxing. If they did. Yeah, they shouldn't.
Right.
But who knows? I don't know what's next. I mean, there's nothing at light heavyweight. There's nothing. There's not much going on there at all. So I don't know what's next for Ward. That's why I think he did say, a fight at heavyweight.
Go up. Cruiserweight.
There's nothing. Cruiser,
Who's a cruiser that would...
I mean, you can bring up the top 10 at cruiser, but I mean, there's not a lot of huge marquee fights for him.
Right.
That was the one, It almost been better for the sport, not better for Ward if they would have, if it had been a controversial decision went to Kovalev, so they had to fight a third time.
Did you watch the Holly Holm bitch Correia fight?
Yes.
It was a very timid fight until she got knocked out.
These rankings are so strange. It was this IBO?
Don't know any of them.
IBO top 100.
And this is cruiserweight, 200. There you go. Yeah. Name one guy you'd want to see him fight there. Just give me one. Just throw a name out.
Don't know any of those.
That's
guys.
Boxing right now. At that, these upper divisions, except for heavyweight. Very tough.
Yeah.
There's nothing for him there. I don't see him fighting any of those guys. Tony Bellio would be fun. I don't see him fighting any of these guys. Bellio, nothing.
Crazy.
Yeah. I watched Holly Batch. I called it to a T, but the thing is, that was tailor made for because they need her to fight at 45. Because Cyborg's fighting that Megan Anderson now,
right?
So, and that's for a vacant title. So they need someone to fight Holly. I mean, someone to fight Cyborg.
Well, Holly just seems so timid. I mean, so
she's counterpuncher.
Yeah. So she's got to
wait for knocked Betchett the fuck out. Look what happens when she fights girls who come forward.
Oh, yeah.
Girls who come forward and want to sit there and play that game.
Sleep, yeah.
Ronda, they get murked.
Yeah.
Like, that's just her style. Her biggest issue has always been her grappling and a lot of that other stuff, But God damn, does she need a win. She needed that win so bad.
She needed that win. The stakes were high. I did not see the Dos Anjos
decision.
Yeah. Bitch Correia.
This is bad. You've seen this, right, B?
Oh, yeah.
Why is she taunting her and bringing her in?
Yeah, I don't know why she was doing that either.
I don't know. She puts her hands down here.
She's like, come and get it. Come and get it.
And then Holly timed her, right?
Boom! Question mark kick.
Oh, God.
Out. God damn, Holly needed that. It's good for the sport she did that, to be honest. That division needs her so bad. So bad. Man, this weekend on Netflix, I watched two really good things. I watched this doc called
The Keepers?
No, We Are Monsters. It's about it's a brand new doc that's out. It's something monsters. You'll see it. It's on the trending or newest whatever. And it's about these juveniles who committed horrible murders and they're going through trial. But the documentary maker comes in and these kids are waiting to be tried. And he goes, I'm a screenwriter. And so how many people in this detention center, that basically jail, want to be a screenwriter? And like these four just terrible kids are like, yeah, I'd love to have a future doing that. So he sits them down there and goes, let's throw out ideas. And the way he got them to tell because they're, no one wants to tell their story because they're about to go on trial. The way he got them to tell their story is by saying it's for screenwriting.
Wow.
But it was for a character, so they can't get in trouble in the court of law if this is a made up character. So he would say, like a kid would go, the guy would go, so what would the mom do in this situation? He'd go, he'd always go, the kids would go, my friend's mom, she was never around, she was on drugs, and they would tell their stories through that. And then they actually would demonstrate the play that they did, like what they shot. But you hear these kids' stories and you're like, oh my, this is so intense. And these kids are young. There it is. We Are Monsters. And you're like, damn, this is horrible. Then when you hear what the kids did, you're like, never let them out ever again.
They did some bad shit?
Ever again.
Like what did they do?
Oh, well, one kid, he was always trying to one up his brother. He's from El Salvador. He's Salvadorian. And he was always trying to one up his brother. His brother was in a gang, and his brother shot and killed two people. He goes, well, I got to one up my brother. So he decided to take a knife and at 13 and innocently stab two people and murder them. But he didn't get caught doing that. And then 3 years later, he's 16. He had a problem with a gang member. So in Hancock Park, he decided while the guy was sitting on the bench, go up and shoot him in the back of the head several times, and then got away.
Yeah.
And then there's another kid who comes from a good family. He's this white Mexican kid. I can't tell what he is really, but he's this white kid, and he just started getting into gangs, and for whatever reason, pulled up next to this car with a shotgun and said, "You're gonna die today, bitch." Shot this girl several times. And didn't kill her, but shot her through the liver, the lung, and in the spine, and she's paralyzed for the rest of her life now.
Who was she?
Some random person, because he wanted to show his friends he was hard.
Oh, my God.
You watch this, but they don't tell you these stories till like later, because they're telling the story, and you're like, oh, my God, how can we help these
Random
kids?
Shit.
And they show, the California government voting on that, because there's a new rule that they pass actually that let's say you get 30 to life, after 15 years you have possibility of parole if you're a juvenile.
Sure.
If you're 13 to 17.
Your brain, by the way, is different by then.
That's their argument.
Yeah.
But I gotta be honest. You watch some of these kids, I'm like, I do not want them on the street, man.
There's a lot of studies on when kids grow up in really violent atmospheres or poverty or stuff. And Rogan had a guy named, I think is Sobolowski on. He wrote a book called Behave. And they were talking about how when you come up under stressful situations like really bad poverty or neglect and stuff, children, your frontal cortex of your brain, the frontal cortex doesn't develop to the level and the same. Yeah. And in fact, it never does.
They talk about this in this doc, but the thing is so crime's a crime.
Correct.
Like you murdered this innocent person. This innocent girl is paralyzed for the rest of life. Yeah. So after, you know how many, he got 180 years in prison.
Yeah.
180 years. The one kid shot someone. I think he killed him, but he got out. He got like 3 years and he got out.
Yeah.
And he goes back to the filmmaker just to talk to the guy.
Yeah.
And the kid's dealing, dealing meth and he's on meth. He's on, he's smoking PCP. Like he's this royal fuck up. But then you watch it and he goes back home. He lives with his mom. His aunt's there. It's a size of this studio. It's a 1-bedroom. There's 4 beds. They have no money. Yeah. He was homeless. So it's like, what the? You have no options.
My buddy's a defense lawyer, Pete. He's a defense lawyer for these kids. And the last time I talked to him, he was like, yeah, I got to defend this kid. I said, what do you do? He goes, he shot a kid over his bike, killed a kid and took his bike. And I was like, well, how are you going to defend him? He goes, I'm not. I mean, I'm going to do the best I can. But he's going to jail.
They're
forever.
Saying this. They always take plea deals because they're like, if you want to go through the jury, you're going to be super fucked. This is what you're looking at. Or you can take this plea deal and it's usually like 15 years, 13 years. Like they kind of help you out if you take the plea deal.
Yeah.
It's the people that go, nope, we're going through it and you're so fucked.
So a lot of societies always like had this sort of idea. Traditionally, why do they have a draft? Why do they have mandatory military service? Well, the idea was to take young men and get them, first of all, from 14 to whatever, 17, you get them. There's always that saying that guy said, if we incarcerated every 14-year-old, got them in some kind of a incarcerated situation, whether it's military or whatever, until they were 21, we'd have no crime. We'd have none of these things. Young men do crazy things. And so a lot of times the idea behind the draft was always in societies, get these young, crazy boys who have crazy energy, give them something to do. And by the time they're done, by the time they're 21, you put them out there and they're like, you learn how to fucking behave, where to place your energy. And the military does that for you. So people who talk about this a lot of times, some of the unorthodox, like, you want to solve your crime problem? Fucking bring back the mandatory draft. At least, I wonder if 2 years of military service like the Israelis have, or a lot of countries have, I wonder what that would do to our society. A mandatory draft where no matter who you are, you got to go through the discipline of being a soldier.
Isn't Korea like that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How's Korea's economy doing?
Well,
they're great.
Killing it.
Right? Yeah.
They're killing it.
Are they killing it?
Yeah. South Korea is very powerful.
And everyone has to go, even celebrities. We talked about
everyone.
that before. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the UFC fighter has
to
it. Who else does mandatory?
This country had a mandatory draft. I mean, for up until when was the draft? It's funny how if you look at this country, I mean, this country had a draft all the way through Vietnam. But
what countries still do it who are like powerhouses?
Well, Israel has a mandatory draft. Everybody does.
Are they a world powerhouse though?
No, but I mean, as far as
like more
I'm not arguing for a mandatory draft.
I'm saying the countries that don't have it, I feel like are kind of leading the way, aren't they? Think about us.
No, I think this is a new thing in liberal democracies, the idea that a voluntary army might be just as effective or more effective than a conscripted army.
So we stopped in 73. So basically Vietnam was the last mandatory draft.
Yeah. So, I don't know what conscription, I don't know what countries have, but I know a lot of countries do.
Is military the answer? I feel there's a lot of things you can do besides enlisting military. Sports might do it for you.
Yes.
There's a lot of
definitely
ways.
do it for you.
The military, you're forced to.
Yeah,
so.
the military, what the idea would be, the military kind of brings in all those kids that basically.
No, I get
remember,
it.
the old story was this. I mean, like back in the day, the judge would say, you got a choice. You can either go to jail or go to the military, young man. Right? And there's a lot of that. There was always a lot of that in this country. I don't know about other countries, I'm sure.
Dude, I was watching this fucking thing where, now, not like serious murders, but the right under them, when you get sentenced to prison or jail, they have these upper echelon prisons and jail systems. So in Seal Beach, there's one. Like there's one right here where they're fancy. Where you get
my friend went to one.
Check it out. So it's $220 a night to stay there, and you get TV. The beds are softer. You get all the snacks you want. Pay-per-view. Like it's just like a hotel. But it's $220 a night.
A guy you know.
I was thinking, I wonder if I could. I just want to stay at night. I want to see how prison is.
A guy you know, and I'll tell you who it is
it.
later. You know him well. He spent. So he got a DUI. He got I think his third DUI. He was going to jail.
Long time.
But they gave him that option, and he paid for it. And he went to
$220 a night. And then they show this lady who got sexually assaulted, and she's like, "This motherfucker's staying in there. Don't let him stay in there." They're like, "He has money. Like, what do you want us to do?" Like, that's one of the options. Horrible, man.
The private business.
Horrible.
I'll take that shit over state penitentiary.
Oh, I'd go
where
broke.
I got to join a gang.
I'd go broke.
Bro.
I don't
$220.
Sign me up. Raped by the homies. I'd rather go broke staying at the fucking Four Seasons prison.
I'd be whatever it takes. Hey, I tell my wife, listen, get yourself some fake titties. Start turning some tricks. Because daddy needs a soft fucking bed.
You guys need to watch that. I had a big weekend where I could just chill and watch some of that stuff. I saw you seen Cold Case Files? You remember the old Cold Case?
Yeah.
They brought it back.
Ooh.
It's so good.
Some amazing stuff on that.
Dude, but
you get sucked into that stuff.
Well, this Cold Case one, they showed this girl. She was 16, some small town like fucking Kentucky or something like that. Straight fucking the sticks. She's 16. She goes her parents and so her dad and mom leave for work. She's getting ready to go to school. Gone. End up missing. They look at her cell phone. This is 1999, man, not that far ago. Usually the cold cases are old school, so 1999. They look at her phone. The text. She went to go dial 911. She got to 91, and then it's over.
Oh no.
She goes missing. They don't know where to find her. They're searching everywhere. It's a small town. There's like 2 cops. Search everywhere. Can't find her. The dad's brother, her uncle, come. He's like, "What's going on there?" They're searching. And then the uncle gets sick. He starts throwing up. And they're like, "What the fuck?" So they quit looking for her that night. They keep going. They can't figure it out. They think it's the neighbor because the neighbor's kind of weird. And while you're watching it, you are like, it's the fucking neighbor. Fuck this guy. And they show the actual footage in the courtroom. And he had an issue with her. And they actually found a picture of her in his room. And you're like, oh, fuck that guy. Catch that bitch. 10 years or 15 years go by.
Oh, boy.
And then I forget how she figured it out through the advancement of technology, stuff like that with the DNA
and all that shit.
They found in this because the person that took her for 3 days and tortured her, raped her, cut her fingers off, and then killed her. And they found the body like in the lake, right? Oh, it's horrible shit. So,
Jesus Christ,
horrible, right? Yeah. So they found out that the guy doing all this kept her in this like barn. So the detective that picked the case up, like, well, who the fuck, where's this barn? Like, no one could ever find it. And then she was talking to an old witness, and the witness goes, yeah, the kids used to party down here. There's this big tree down there. And this dude who was in prison, so he'd be a informant. Mm-hmm. Is that what it's called? Informant goes, hey, I was is basically like Shawshank. It was like, hey, I was sacked up with this dude in the slammer. He says he murdered that girl you guys can't solve. So he goes, and he says the evidence is under this tree. So they put 2 and 2 together. They find where the kids partied, the tree. They find it was from her bed, like this clothing in bed. Turns out it was her uncle raping and molesting her since she was the age of 6. She got a real boyfriend. The uncle knew when the dad was going to leave. So he came over to be like, hey, you can't see this dude anymore. She said no. Punched her, broke her jaw, then took her and tortured her and killed her. And he was acting like everything, like he was searching for her.
Your own brother.
So check this out. So while they're looking for the body, they were getting close. He pretended he was sick, started making himself throw up.
God.
And he's like, I'm sorry. And they're like, shit, we better turn around if you're that sick. He's like, yeah, we'll look tomorrow.
What a psycho.
So then 6 other girls come out and we're like, yeah, he raped me too and molested me. 6 other girls. He only got 15 years. Dude, took a plea deal, 15 years.
I want him only to get 15.
Dude, so they interview the dad, and he goes, I don't give a fuck, blood or not. He'll get out in 2021. I'll be waiting. He's holding his gun. He goes, I'll be waiting.
Yeah, you fucking will be.
It was so heavy, man. It was so heavy.
I want him to get out.
I'm balls deep in this detective stuff.
Man, oh man.
Do a murder on my watch.
So there's this.
Commit a crime on my watch. See what happens.
There's this new documentary called The Keepers.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, though. I watched the first episode, and they're all talking about it. This nun, an ex-nun. She was an ex-nun, and she was killed, but it was 1969.
I know.
And, you know, the people are really old.
I saw
and
it.
I'm like, it's a long time
so
ago.
Bored
I'm a
with it.
little bored.
Me too.
I'm like, you know, that's 1969.
I had some
Sucks.
girl trying to tell me about it. She goes, you need to watch The Keepers, and when you do, get ready. It goes in so deep. You know what? I'm scared to even talk about it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, shit, I better check this shit out. I turn on first 2 episodes, like, what year is this? It's all black and white. I'm like,
1969.
I don't give a fuck. This is so old.
I know.
You guys are just now coming out
The
with
killer's
this bullshit?
probably long dead or something. I'm like, oh, no.
My God.
Oh, God.
Give me a goddamn documentary on the Zodiac Killer, some shit. What is
that
this?
fucking uncle, though, what an evil man. They're evil
How's he
people.
only have 15 years?
I have no idea.
Torturing, killing a girl. Raping
you
6
should
others.
You should be burned at the stake.
Yeah, you should. It's just not. That can't be
there's
right,
nothing
man.
more evil.
Have you seen that movie Split?
Yes.
I don't know why it reminded me of that a little bit. I don't want to
Because, it's been out forever. This isn't a spoiler. Split is a guy with multiple personalities.
Yes.
Takes 3 girls and keeps them and kidnaps them.
And one of those girls had an uncle that reminded me of
Oh, that's
that.
right. There you
Yeah.
go. That's the connection. For a second, I thought you were reaching.
Man, oh, man.
That's right. There's an uncle there.
Man.
Yeah, that's a different game. I was talking about this
First thing,
yesterday at the
detectives
family
too.
barbecue. If you have a daughter, God, it's so much different than when you have a boy. I mean, obviously you can't have your boy go away with your creepy uncle, but you still, as a daughter, it's a different.
Of course
the world is different for
So
them.
if you listen to like women in your family who are older, so my mother-in-law, my mother, my wife, the one thing that they will tell you is, I don't give a fuck who it is. My daughter is never watched by a male babysitter, like a teenage boy, or I don't care if he's a eunuch. I don't care what it is.
Speaking of getting molested, check this out. And we all know your history with molestation, and I celebrate that. And it's actually made you the man you are today.
The man I am
so
today.
that dude that wanted you to fuck him in the ass, I celebrate that guy. That camp counselor that tried sucking your dick, God bless you, sir, because you made Bryan the Kid count.
That's right.
Check this out, though. I ran way too far yesterday. My fucking body was killing me. And I'm like, I need a massage so bad. And our boy Todd was like, hey, there's this app where you can get masseuse come to your house.
Or something.
And I'm like, is it legit? Like, I don't need some hot Asian lady come over jack me off in front of the family. You know what I'm saying? So I go on the app. I see this lady has like 60 stars, recommendations. The picture's a little blurry. So I'm like, if she's this good, she doesn't know I can be a dime piece. Put the kid down at 7:30. Masseuse comes over at 8. This chocolate beauty comes to the door.
Really?
This Godiva dime piece.
You don't say.
Fucking droops into my
Godiva
place.
dime piece.
This Godiva chocolatier dime piece.
What?
Droops on into the crib.
What?
With a big old table ready to do work. I ain't throwing it.
Smelling like candy.
Oh, smelling like pure butter lotion. Just.
A little coconut
Smell
butter.
like chocolate. Smell like chocolate and possibilities.
It's about to get tropical up in this bitch.
But not tropical. It's about to get African. So she comes in.
Where's Peter Shaw with the bongos when I fucking need
That's
him?
what I'm talking about. You can be my So this chocolate angel masseuse comes to the door. I'm like, your picture's blurry on the app. And then she goes, I don't want creeps hit me up because of the way I look. I'm actually one of the best masseuse there is on it. Yeah, no doubt. So I'm like, set up here in front of the tea room. I'm like,
let me wash the baby scent off.
I'm like, kid's upstairs, so trying to pipe down. And what do you want me to watch? I put on Love and Hip Hop. So racist. I was like, anyway, do you need something to drink? Or she's all, no.
Massage, maybe an Epsom salt bath?
Dude, I got nervous. I was like, and then the whole time, and then I go, she goes, all right, well, I'm ready. I'm here for an hour. I'm like, I don't know how this, I've never done it at the house. Do I wear shorts or should I put on sweats or I can wear a ski outfit? I don't know what the fuck to wear. I just don't want to cross the line.
Ski outfit.
I don't know should I wear a full Eskimo outfit so you can't see me this raging boner? So she's like, oh, you can just take everything off. I'm like, And I was like,
you'll be wearing oil.
Oh, dude.
You wear a thin sheen of oil on you. That'll protect you.
I feel like it's a bad idea. big ass titties.
Oh God,
fat ass titties.
Really?
Oh, bro.
Oh Christ.
Yeah, blowout ass, fat ass titties. I'm like,
damn it.
God, dog, I'm trying to get a goddamn massage.
My neck is.
Hey,
stiff all
I'm
the
sorry.
time.
Let me look at the. Yeah, this album didn't come from Hooters. What are you doing here? So I put on shorts. I'm like, let's just, me.
You're
I'm
in
like,
your home.
Yeah, let's put on the shorts. So I left some baggy shorts on.
Tied your dick down with a holster with a piece of leather strap.
I was just trying to think about anything, literally anything.
Punch your dick in the eye.
I thought about breaking down Kovalev Ward in my head. I was
Whatever
like,
it
let's
takes.
just go through round
Dead
one.
dogs, dead
let's
dogs,
go through
dead dogs,
round
dead dogs.
one. Let's talk about the busy week you had.
Good day.
It was an amazing massage. She
Yeah.
was a beast.
She worked it. She
Super
worked it.
beast, yeah.
When you turned over and there was a tent going on, when you were doing the old Nazi salute,
Nope,
what happened?
Nope. I went deep into my fucking Zero Dark 30 training.
Good man.
Deep into it.
Deep.
And that thing was snoozing.
Yep.
It
Snoozing.
looked like a snail.
Yep.
I wonder if she even gets, I wonder if that offends her. I wonder if she's like, this motherfucker.
Well,
Because it's natural, I feel like, when you get a massage to get an erection.
Well,
no matter who it is.
truth be told,
Unless it's a man, I don't let men massage me. They're like, dude, they're so strong. Nah.
Well, I've had a couple Russian guys work me over, but truth be told, I have had.
I
This
can't do
place
that.
called Brooks. These giant dudes who come in, all fighters. I do judo. I have one. I told you that story.
I suck your
Did I tell you
dick.
that story? The guy was fucking beating me up.
Oh, with sticks? Put honey on you?
No. Just this.
Have you ever
big-
had that? They put the honey on
No,
you?
this guy had no.
Yeah,
no,
me neither. That's
no.
stupid. That's fucking.
Hey, wait a minute, bro. Honey.
You know, I had one of those like Russian Thai massages?
Yeah, my balls. Sure.
No, you know what I'm talking about? Russian Thai was. It's
sure
like a
haven't.
Russian ice
Russian
bath.
Thai? No, I don't know.
Russian Thai? Yeah,
Hey, bro, I don't
yeah,
know.
They get together. And
He's suspect,
you
man.
mix Russian where it's ice cold,
Yep.
and then they put hot honey
Nope,
on you.
I haven't.
And then you suck the.
What? Hey, wait a minute. I sent Brennan a picture of me where the camera pans down and I have just my dick out of my pants, like just
This
my three
bird,
Yeah,
this
just sitting
three-piece
there.
featherless bird sticking
I
out
had
of
my
his
wife
pants.
pull the camera back, and then you just see my dick. I sent that to you, Sasso, and to Dalia, and I get from Brendan. I go, "What the fuck, bro?" And then I got, "Let me suck it," and then I go, "Ugh, sorry, my iPhone does all these stupid autocorrect. Sorry."
but you're all
was like,
hey, man.
I was like, "Hey, this is weird." But wait, what were we talking about? Oh yeah,
That your Russian massage.
this guy is massaging me with his pale, thick hands. Just comes
They
in
look like
with that,
uncooked bratwurst.
oh, that Russian body. They never smile. Just that big shoulders, and he's
can't relax.
And he's going like this as he's massaging me, going,
No.
and I'm like, and it must be strong for you because you have not here. And just like no sentiment. Then I'm done, and he's toweling off. And you know me, how I take bodies in.
Yeah.
He's toweling off like that, and I go, "Were you a wrestler or something?"
You trying to get fucked?
And he
bro.
goes-
you got to be quiet, do your work,
Got
get
it.
out.
Nope, this is the end of it.
Oh,
He goes
you're
like
lucky.
this. He's toweling off, and he goes, "Yes, I do judo." I said, "Judo?" I said,
Oh,
"Did
no.
you compete?" He said, "Yes, I have one gold medal from
Jesus.
Sydney Olympics."
See, they made a lot of smart decisions in life because you're massaging men.
I went and looked him up. I was massaged by the Olympic gold medalist in judo, and he's at Brooks Massage.
Was it good?
It was, yeah. I mean, it was good. I came out a new woman.
I can't.
It was amazing.
I can't fuck with men and being masseuse. I just can't do it, dude. I went. So now I guess it's a real problem, especially Marina Del Rey. I don't live there anymore, but there's a lot of massage parlors there down Venice. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
When you walk in, I did
never
not
know.
know this.
Yeah.
Now there is a thing called rubmaps.com.
Rubmaps.com.
Rubmaps.
Yeah, I think it's called
It's an
Rubmaps.
app. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know. I've
That's
heard
what
it.
they say.
I don't have it on
That's
my
what
phone.
a guy of a friend told me.
I don't have it on my phone.
fucking phone. I'm like some sort of creep.
Yeah.
Anyways, when you go
Please.
in these places, I guess a sure sign that they're gonna jack you off. Which it's always awkward, man. Like I don't want some freaking giant she jacking
I
me
don't know
off.
what's going on.
I need a good massage, man. I put my body through some beats.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of beats.
Sure.
When you go in there, it says, "This is a serious place of business, no happy endings."
Right.
I guess that's kind of like a honey dick sign. That means we do happy endings.
we do happy
Because you ever been to you go on a 4-season massage parlor.
So we don't do happy endings. Wink, wink.
Hey, don't even ask.
Unless you got an extra $100.
Dude, it's exhausting, though, if you're not looking for that.
I know an actor who's not the most attractive man, but a little bit famous. And he was sitting there waiting at Verizon back when I had
The
Verizon.
cell phone?
Yeah. And I see him at the Verizon thing. I'm like, "Hey, let's call his name, I don't know, Pepe. I was like, hey, Pepe.
Pepe's
I'm coming up
the
with a
best
code
you
name.
come up with?
That's my code name.
All right.
I ran out. And I go, how you doing? He goes, I'm good. And I go, all right. I go, what are you doing? He goes, well, right there. He kind of doesn't even point. He just uses his eyes. He goes, right there. I go, where? He goes, there. I go, okay, what? The building next door? He goes, mm-hmm. Anyway, he goes, best massage place there is. And I was like,
oh, no.
What do you mean by that? Because you don't look like an athlete. I know that. So you don't have sore muscles because you don't do any exercise ever. He goes, oh, they'll make you think that they'll treat you like they love you. And that's my favorite place. And I know all these places. And he was a real connoisseur.
He knew it?
I was like, you're really
Where,
famous.
was this off Wilshire? Or?
In fact, it fucking was. And I'm not joking. Excuse me.
You know why?
I swear to God.
You know why? Because I had a same friend, not the same friend, another friend who's in the business of entertainment and being on TV, also known as the Tube to the youngsters.
Sure.
He said the same thing. He goes, there's a place off Wilshire, and he goes, bro, I'll get on all fours. They'll milk me like a cow. They'll jack me up on all fours and put their digits in my asshole. I went, God, dog.
See, now.
First, hey, I just want a goddamn massage.
Now, so that's.
I'm not getting on all fours for anybody.
Yeah, you're never going to get me squeamish, but that's too much information even for me.
Oh, I felt sick.
I mean,
I was going to lunch.
Also, I don't want to know about how you get on all fours like milk, like your 40-something-year-old fucking fatty pants.
Prostate, just and thumb in the butt.
And some fingers in your ass, too. Hey, oh, that poor girl.
You know what I asked? You know what I asked?
Money.
I went, man, my fucking neck is killing me. I went, my neck's killing me. I went, I'm looking for like the best massage parlor. I have guys that I've worked with when I was doing sports, a little too serious. I need where it's calm and I can relax. And he goes, I got you. Yeah. And that's when I went, there's this place. Dude, I'll get on all fours. We're not that good of friends. My neck hurts, sir. He goes, I'll get on all fours, man. They'll jack me off like the milk in a cow. He goes, I have another one, put her fingers in my ass. I went,
well, sir, how would you even ask that? Excuse me. I know you don't speak English. Okay. I want to get on the floors, you know.
I think he just does it.
Yep,
and they don't.
And then you jerk me off like milk my dick. And then you, what's your name? Okay, Tiffany, whatever the fuck. I want you to take these two fingers.
Cinnamon?
Take these two fingers. I want you to interlace them. I want you to go right. I want you to go 3 knucks deep. 3 knucks deep and twist.
And really get in there.
Roto-roo the fuck out of my dick, my butthole. And you milk me like you owe that. You owe somebody money. You pay me back in a pail of milk. You understand me?
I get to work.
And you over here, you bring me over a bunch of grass. I want you to hold grass in your hand.
I want to act like that's his fetish.
Chew that grass until it's a cut.
That's his fetish, being a cow.
Yep. I'm going to chew that grass till it's a yeah. And then I want you to brand me. I want you to brand me right on my asshole.
I need some tats. Yeah, $75.
That's amazing.
$75, you get all that.
You get milked.
I'd rather pay $200 and not worry about being treated like a fucking cow.
Right.
Get this kink out of my neck.
I was going to say.
Not jizz all over the table. What's wrong with you, man? I literally have not talked to that person since.
I don't blame you. I'm not going to shake his hand.
I was going to get sushi.
Just
not anymore.
Dirty. Yeah.
Because all I could think about is that eel sauce to put on the goddamn rolls.
I'm not eating around that guy either. Catch something.
I get pissed hard thinking of being milked.
Let's piss. We'll go to current events. Let's piss. And then we'll go to current events. Why don't we get into some current events?
Show.
See what's going on in the world here, man.
It's a crazy world out there.
It's a crazy world out there.
It's a crazy world.
So start off with some sad news. Well, the first sad news is Matt Hughes was in a car accident last week. He drove his truck in front of a moving train. And since then, he's just been in the hospital and somewhat non-responsive. Someone said that he was actually moving his hands. You know, when they asked me to squeeze.
I heard his eyes aren't open, but he's moving his hands, right?
I heard that, but this is the most recent one on ESPN that I saw that says he's not responsive.
Fuck.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what exactly happened, Shane? So his truck got stopped on the train tracks? Because I told my brother, I go, hold up. He got hit by a train on train tracks? I'm not making any accusations. But my first instinct was like, is it a suicidal thing?
That's what
because
I thought too.
trains,
I thought of that, or was he drunk?
Like when you in a train, it comes from all the way down. Like the time.
Yeah.
It's hard.
But do we know? But then my brother goes, no, he was helping someone.
I didn't hear anything about helping anyone. I heard that they're still investigating. They have no idea what's going on, other than they know that he knew that there was a train coming. He knew that his truck. He wanted his truck to be in front of that train. Like there's no other way.
I'm not saying suicide. There's foul play here, but when I went, hold up, train.
Yeah.
But then I was talking with my brother because I went, oh man, I hope it's not something dark like suicide or something like that. That's where my brain goes to when there's CTE, brain trauma involved. You know, I'm not, and I love Matt. Matt's one of the best people I've ever met in my life. Yeah. So I wish him nothing but the best. And I'm not saying there's foul play here. All I'm saying is when I saw, I went, God, a train, CTE, truck. And then I guess my brother goes, you'd be surprised how many people are injured by trains every year.
Yeah. He was telling me, we were talking a little bit about, because we did Kingdom together.
Yeah.
And
him and Frank were really close.
Yeah, and I talked to him about, I got to talk, I'm going to see Frank tonight about that. But I talked to him about head trauma. And I said, you must worry about that. He said, I do worry about it. You know, I said, do you have memory loss? He goes, sometimes, you know, he said, and what he said to me is, he goes, I just want to be able to put my own shoes on when I'm older.
Jesus.
You know I mean, it was like, but he's such a humble guy. And I thought, he's really worried about that.
He's a farmer.
And he's a family man. He's talking about his kids a lot. He's just a great guy. But to me, when they said he had significant head trauma, you know, after all that fighting and then that, I was just like, God damn it, you know. And
airlifted, man. God, I hope he comes out.
He's a real man.
I hope he comes out all right.
He's class act. He was a class act. And
take away all his accolades in fighting. He's he's on Mount Rushmore, hands
down.
Dude,
he's a guy who would say mass before his meal, right? Like we're sitting there eating. And he not only did these are little things that I noticed. Like right before he's going to eat, he puts his head down and he thanks God for his food. And then as I was done with my plate and he was done with his plate, he reached over and said, "You done with that?" and took my plate and took my tray. And you know those little things, those little common courtesies.
Yeah, I don't think there's any foul play here.
Right.
A
silly goose, loves to laugh and loves to play around. And it just
we don't know the thing, but that's like all I saw is train. Matt Hughes' car. I'm like, who the fuck gets hit by a train these days?
Yes, exactly. And the police wrote there that for whatever reason they wrote exactly he drove his truck directly in front of a train. Like, why would a cop say directly in front of a train?
We don't know what goes on in a man's head. I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe he didn't. Maybe he wasn't paying attention. Maybe he was texting. Maybe he thought he could beat the train. It was like, fuck, I don't wait for this fucking train, and skid it out and got too late. Like, there's a lot of factors there.
Is he known as like a drinker or anything like that?
I don't. I don't know well enough to know he's a drinker. You can ask me about a lot of guys. I could probably give you some.
I don't think he has any history of DUI or anything like that. I don't know. I mean, I've never heard about it. So.
So it's still up in the air. Who knows
that's the most for me. Like a guy who took a lot of risks and a guy who, that sounds like something
with the train
he would do. Right?
That's something I would do.
Yeah.
Like I think how would I get hit by a train? I'm like. In my car, I've had some close calls in my car where I'm like, oh, this lane merges. I'm going to fucking speed right by this guy. I'm not going to crash in the wall. And I came so close to dying. It wasn't even funny. So I'm thinking with Matt Hughes, you're a risk taker. You're the best fighter of all time. He's like, oh, fuck, I don't wait for this fucking train. I'm just going to go. And his tires speed out. And he's like, oh, shit, too late. Boom.
Yeah, that's possible.
Who knows? What else you got? That's a fucking bummer, Jen.
One more bummer. All right, so Tim Hague, who fought for the UFC, he had a boxing match this past weekend. I think it was this weekend, and he got knocked out. Yes. And then he was in the hospital, and then he passed away from his injuries from a boxing match.
Did you know him?
He fought two guys that you fought.
He fought who?
Chris Cyborg and Matt Mitrione. Like I saw that on his record somewhere in there. Yeah.
No, I did not know him. I've been in the same room or we've had quick discussions, but it's not fair to say I knew him. His issue is I think he was 1-3 in boxing. He got knocked out a month before this or a few months prior to this, from my understanding. So he had no business fighting in there. Right. I think he fought a guy. I watched the whole video where he lost his last fight. I mean, they should have stopped that fight a few times. The guy was fighting 9-0. It's just this mismatch. Why Tim was doing it, who knows? It's just another fucking bummer, man.
Yeah.
And they had a commission there too, right? So it was actually sanctioned and everything. I'd read something about Edmonton Commission.
What'd they say?
I mean, that it wasn't like some random boxing event somewhere. It was a commissioned fight.
Suffering 8 career knockouts is a lot, including 4 within the past 22 months.
That's the issue. So the 8 career knockouts, that's not too crazy. The guys like Alistair Overeem, there's a lot of guys who deal with that. That's what you sign up for. Mm-hmm. But it's how current were they, and how often did it happen? Because if you take long enough time off, it's going to be way better for your brain.
Yeah.
But it sounds like he fought right before this.
Wow.
Sucks, man. He had no other options too. Had to do this bullshit boxing.
Oh man.
What else you got, Chin?
All right, how about this one? This is in Alabama. Two sharks swam up right in the shore when people are swimming, and the way it looks is actually pretty freaky.
So a bull shark or what? Alabama?
You don't want to fuck with a bull shark. They're down there.
I didn't see bull. I just saw shark.
Well, I'm gonna call bull shark.
Bull shark. Yeah. Okay, check it out.
Brennan and I, we know some shit. We'll be able to tell you right now by its swim patterns.
Look how close it gets.
God damn.
That's a little shark.
That's a little one. I'll slap the shit out of that baby.
I'll punch that one in his face.
Yeah. We're gonna have sushi tonight. I think it's that close to me.
I don't give a fuck about that one.
No, me neither.
I'll laugh at that.
They are super close though.
The other one was kind of big. The other one was
that other one had something to say.
Yeah, I had something to say. That thing had a big old head on him.
Almost looks like a thrasher from this point.
Looks like a thrasher, Brennan.
That's a good sized fin now.
That's a good
Could be a black tip.
Yeah.
I'd have to know what water they're in.
Judging from the way its patterns and the way it's swimming and its attitude, I'm going to go black tip as well.
Yeah, it could be a black tip.
Could be a white tip though, couldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be
what?
rare.
They look pretty black though.
I'll say black. You also, what I'm not scared of? A black tip shark.
Nah, me neither, buddy.
I would have jumped right in that water and fucking took some photos.
Swam with black tips. Swam with them before.
Great white would have shit my pants.
Yeah.
What else you got?
A little great white. Alabama's got a lot of people die all the time.
So this is a crocodile tamer in Thailand, and he puts his head inside the crocodile's mouth.
And then they're mad at the croc.
Yeah, again, no shit.
Check this out.
Crocodile doing crocodile shit.
Did he die?
I'll just show you the video real quick. He didn't die.
Let's guess if he died. Oh, yeah. Way to go, man.
So he's putting his head in there right now.
I love the sound it makes. He goes...
And he's leaving it there for a while.
He usually sweats.
You gotta get out of there.
Usually it's a sweat.
You gotta get out of there.
It's the drop of the sweat on his tongue.
You gotta get out of there.
Oh, God. That is so hard to watch. So
oh, God.
Did you get hurt? Snaps that hurt? And shakes him around and he lets go.
He's lucky he didn't fucking swallow him whole. It's usually like a piece of hair, lint, or sweat drop.
Ooh, that touches.
It touches the tongue.
Holy
the crocodile
shit.
goes, ah!
Yeah. I heard it was sweat too. Whenever something touches the tongue, then it triggers their mouth to clamp down.
Of course. Standard.
Well, yeah, because you had your head.
Standard.
You had your head in a croc's mouth.
Everyone knows if you're a professional
I don't put my
crocodile.
dick in a hornet's fucking nest. I don't stick it in that hole because usually they're going to be like, that's a big snake coming to get us. We're going to sting him.
Does it say what happened to him or no? Just a couple, I'm sure maybe
nothing
not just
crazy.
A couple teeth wounds. Actually a pretty cool
maybe
scar on your
stitches.
face. Yeah. Get that shit out of my face.
Yeah, but it doesn't make your brain better.
You're lucky he let you get away.
Oh, man. Those things, if that thing had gone to the death roll.
Oh, game over. Luck. Rolled into that murky water to the left of which is obviously doo-doo water.
Take your head right off and swallow it.
One more animal one.
I love
a matador was killed doing a bullfighting exhibit. And the reason why he died is because he tripped over his cape when he was walking backwards.
Shit.
And then the bull ended up goring him inside I think it was his liver and lung.
Yeah, what you get. Yeah. I hate when they kill these animals like that. I heard it's like a part of the culture and all that. I get that, but from
pretty brutal
white boy looking in, it's so fucked up to see him stab these things.
It's a tough one. Oh shit! Oh.
And that was it.
That was it.
That was it.
Got him right in the fucking.
Oh, got that anus on the way out.
Oh man, that's awful.
But also, it's what you get.
A lot of those guys, matadors, get gored all the time. By the way, all the time. And
but that's the game you're playing.
Yeah,
it's like with this Tim Hague stuff. That's the price of the game.
Yeah. You're good.
That's what you get.
People are gonna die.
That's like Michael Phelps getting upset if he got wet.
Yeah,
like this is literally what you sign up.
All matadors have been gored at least once or twice in their career.
How many times has he done this though? When he trip over the cape like an amateur.
Yeah,
that is such amateur hour.
They say you're not allowed to. You're
not
allowed to approachable in Spain on foot a fighting bull. So when there's a fighting bull that's being used for fighting, the law is apparently you must approach it on horseback or on bike or whatever. They can't see you walking because they want the first time the bull sees a man, it's the first time they've ever seen anybody, so that they don't know your movements. is an interesting thing because they learn quickly.
Sounds like a legend, but
they still kill you.
Yeah.
I think it's true.
Can you look that up? That sounds like a pure legend.
What's up?
Can you look up? No, I think it's true. You're not allowed to approach in Spain. There's a law that does not allow you to approach a fighting bull. A bull that's going to be used for fighting on foot because they learn how you move. Let's see. My mother told me this. Don't see anything about it. See if you can find it.
I'll look for it after this.
Yeah, or don't waste everyone's time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a silly rule. Let's be real.
No, because they learn.
Hey, that's such bullshit. At 50, you still believe your mother
telling
with
these
these
stories,
stuff?
And now I was like, now we have Google. Let me look this
My
up.
dad would tell me stuff, and I'm like, that's not simply not true. I'll Google it right now. Like, if I was around your mom, she'd tell me, I'm like, what, Miss Callan, that's a lie, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm also not 8.
Well, and
I also know the world, kind of.
And I heard that when I was 8, and I've been believing it ever since.
Fuck's sakes! Like as soon as that came out of your mouth, I went, God, that's bullshit.
And as soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, I wonder.
And then you wasted my time and Chin's.
Spain grants bullfighting protect. There it says, you're not allowed. It says not. Vicky Callan was right. You're not allowed to approach.
Move on, Chin. What else you got?
Bill Cosby. He had a hung jury during his rape case, so now it's a mistrial.
Yeah, which I believe means if you have a mistrial, I believe you cannot be retried for a criminal offense.
The same offense,
right? Yeah, so no double jeopardy.
No double jeopardy.
So
he got off.
Yeah, so criminal trial. Well, he's got 60 lawsuits pending, but
he's going to pay out the ass, but he's not going to do prison time.
He's now spared the ones.
He's at the back nine anyways.
Decade behind bars and comes at the end of a 50-year. Wow.
Do you think he did it?
I do. I think when there's that much smoke. There's got to be some fire.
Smoke.
When 60 women or whatever.
Hey, smoke.
Yeah.
Smoke. There's fucking
60
the
women.
place is engulfed in flames.
Yeah. I mean, when that many people are saying, hey, he drugged me and had sex with me. I'm going to, ready? I believe all of them.
Yeah. I think some are exaggerating a little, but I think all of them have some sort of sexual intercourse.
I think he has a fetish, and that is that he drugs women
sick in the head.
and has sex with
them. Yes, and he admits that he drugs the women. I think
he's been doing that for the past 40 years.
And getting away with it.
I mean, all those women didn't get together. I mean, come on.
It's very strange. I had a friend go, man, if he was white, this wouldn't even be a story. I'm like, well, no. White or black, it's not a race thing.
He's one of the greatest comedians, maybe in some ways the greatest
some people
comedian.
think he's one of the best ever.
Like, I would even make that argument. You could even say he might be the best ever. So when you have somebody who's a genius comedically, and, oh, by the way, had one of the most popular TV shows. Oh, and by the way, let me add one more thing. I think was the first entertainer to make $1 billion.
Oh, by the way, still looks like a burnt turtle without a shell. Still to this day, looks like a burnt turtle without a shell. Even though he's getting fat in his old age.
The reason we're laughing is because that's 100% true. It's very offensive, but it's 100% true.
If he did not look like a burnt turtle.
If anybody denies that, then you don't have a sense of humor and you're lying to yourself. Because that might be the greatest description of any human being I've ever heard. But having said all that,
he looks like a burnt turtle without a shell. And I want to make a shirt that's just it's him with a turtle without a shell with his hands crossed and just covered in pills, just on a pile of pills. It says, "Come at me, bro," or it says, "Mr. Steal Your Girl."
Oh my God! Well, he ran track at Temple. He has his honorary PhD.
How funny is that? All that goes away.
He's so successful.
All of it goes away.
All of it goes away.
All the entire career, your legacy, your kids. Now when someone mentions Cosby, you're like, oh,
yeah. His son was murdered.
I'll pass on the drink.
He's got two. I think 2 daughters who, well, at least when they were younger, because I went to high school, one of them were beautiful, and that's what I think about. Like
they're all fucked.
When he thinks about his daughters, like, and he faces them, and what's going on? Like, how do you?
I bet his daughters don't believe it.
I think one of them wrote an essay about how he didn't do it. And
did you see his wife? Well, how about he had to talk about how he had all these side pieces in court. He's like, yeah, I had sex with a lot of women. I'm a bad dude. Outside my marriage, I fucked around with a lot of girls. I apologize. And then his wife's still sticking with him. His wife's like, yeah, she's ride or die.
That's a ride or die woman.
Yeah.
And I admire her.
Or she's just like, yeah, I like waking up in this mansion and shit. Do your thing, man.
What do you think of that? Like, what do you think of a ride or die woman like that? Does she have to believe that? Does she probably loves him?
She's probably 70.
Deeply?
It's probably too late now.
Yeah.
I bet if she was younger, she'd say fuck it.
So what do you say? Do you say
possibilities.
this is the man I love, and he is deeply flawed in one aspect of his life? How do you justify that?
Deeply flawed?
Think about that, because I don't know how. I mean, think about Bernie Madoff. His one son died of cancer, and his other son hung himself. Okay. How does his? By the way, how does Bernie Madoff's wife and the mother of those two boys? How is she doing?
Yeah, I don't know.
She had nothing to do with that.
I don't know how it goes. I don't know. Like if you've been ride or die for so many years, just like, oh, fuck, man. Because I know the real Bill. This is the,
but with Bernie Madoff, his son stopped talking to him. His wife stopped talking to him. They all were like, you're a scumbag. We'll see you later. You know, I don't know,
man.
Yeah.
What else you got, Chin?
Man.
What were you going to say?
I mean, on those, Bernie Madoff, it's obvious he did mess up.
Yeah.
You know, he admitted it. With this one, they can kind of live in a fantasy world and say, my
it's
dad
old.
didn't do it.
It's so old.
Yeah.
It's also, like, if it's current, I think there'd be...
You almost can't look at it too closely or you'll go crazy.
I think his wife's like, these old crazy hoes coming after my man.
For money?
Old school, too. Like, 70? What?
Yeah.
I was doing my thing in the 70s.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. So old, maybe. I don't know.
Wow.
All right, so this is so brand new that I wanted to bring it up. That UFC officially stripped Jermaine Durandamy of her title, and then they're officially booking Cyborg versus Megan Anderson for 214.
No shit. And Durandamy's like...
She said she didn't know.
What do you think was going to happen?
Why'd they strip her?
She refused to fight. She refused to fight Cyborg, wanted to fight at 35. She goes, my goal is never to fight at 45. I'm actually a 35er. I'm not fighting Cyborg. She's taking way too many steroids. I'm not fighting her. And the UFC's like, okay, well, that's the challenger. So we're just going to strip your belt. And now Megan Anderson versus Cyborg is the new fight at UFC 214.
Didn't Megan Anderson lose to Durandamy?
No. So Megan Anderson's new. She's from Invicta. She's the Invicta 145 champ. Australian, training in Denver, dime piece.
That's right.
Skills, too.
Bring her up, please.
She has a bunch of
Dark
skills,
hair
too.
Yeah. She's hot.
I'm glad they signed her. You know, if anyone's going to give Cyborg a run for her money or at least a competitive fight, it's going to be this girl.
Yeah,
she can box. She's big enough too.
I was going to say she's a big girl.
Yeah, physically
Wide
she
shoulders.
can. Yeah, she's able to match
gorgeous.
Cyborg a little bit. Yeah, and she's really pretty. So, it makes sense. She's also a champ. Mm-hmm. That it makes sense. It's the most logical fight for Cyborg.
She's amazing.
But my only concern is that, this is a win-win for Megan no matter what. She gets the UFC. It's a huge card. DC Cormier 2, Cyborg. It's for the belt. Everyone's watching. So as win or lose, it's good for her. As long as she doesn't get starched like in 10 seconds, if she makes it a fight, she'll be well known, and then she can work her way back into this and get more publicity, and hopefully they tell her story. Because they need a girl like Megan Anderson bad right now.
Oh, yeah.
You just hope it's not too much too soon, but at 45, and she is coming from Invicta where she's the champ. Mm-hmm. She looks the part, that's how you want your champ to look.
How tall is she? Real tall?
She's every bit like her and Cyborg did a face-off at the summit. I mean, she's not short.
No.
6 feet.
Wow. That's a big girl, strong girl. She probably walks around at 170? Easy. So
girls are tough to tell.
She's
but
as big as Cyborg.
It's a great fight, man. It's a tough, the best fight Cyborg's had in a long time since she fought that world champion Muay Thai.
What's
girl.
Megan Anderson's thing? All around, or was she started?
She's good.
Muay Thai
She's
fighter,
good.
or?
Yeah, she's pretty well rounded, man. I like that fight. And with Durandamy being like, I can't believe they stripped me. What the fuck did you think was going to happen? You have to fight.
Yeah.
You knew the winner of Holly Durandamy. You knew going into that the winner would have to fight Cyborg. Because let's be honest, you're just keeping that belt warm for Cyborg. She couldn't take that fight, so they made this bullshit vacant interim title up for you in Brooklyn. You kind of cheated your way to win that fight against Holly. Now you won't fight Cyborg because you say steroids, and you want to fight at 35. What do you think? They're just going to let you do this forever? How do you think this was going to end for you? Who's your management? And then you go into hiding. You don't address it forever till now? What the fuck do you think the UFC was going to do?
Yeah.
This is the game.
What do you think of that when they said...
You're the worst champion of all time.
She wasn't very liked, I know, especially with the late punches.
Two late
everything,
punches,
yeah,
too.
everything.
Late punches, and then talking about she's an offended. Then like, yeah, Cyborg's next. Oh, my hand hurts. Then she goes into hiding, and then it was your hand for a while, and now she's on steroids. Well, no, she's not. She's been USADA's been all over her. What are you talking about? You fight her? No. I'll lose that fight. So I'm a fighter. I'm gonna fight at 35. The UFC goes, all right, cool. We gotta do something with 45-pound belt. It's no brainer. They're not being mean. She fucked this up.
So the UFC said that they notified her and her team, and then she said that no, they never even told me at all. Does the UFC ever do that?
Oh yeah, I've heard of guys find out. When Mark Munoz fought Lyoto Machida, Mark found out via was watching something. It was like Mark Munoz, Lyoto Machida. He was like, "What the fuck? Yikes!"
Wow.
And that's how she said she found out the same way. She saw the media.
I'm with the UFC here. Like, what the fuck do you think was going to happen? Of course we're strip it. We got to announce this because we're announcing Megan Anderson and Cyborg for the interim for the title now, the vacant title. We're not waiting for you. You're the one that wants to go MIA, not get on social media, not do interviews forever. Like, she's not a big enough star. Yeah, the circus goes on. Yeah. This elephant doesn't want to move. Cool, we're going to leave you in fucking Germany or where the fuck you are. The circus just keeps on keeping on.
She had to have known that. It sounds like she wanted out. That's what it feels like.
No, she said she wanted out, but she knew what she thought they were going to call you and ask if it's okay. Come on, man. It's way too cutthroat to deal with this bullshit.
Yep.
What else you got, Jin?
How about this one? Karushi Tran, the dime piece girl that dated Chris Brown.
Yes.
She was granted a 5-year restraining order against him.
So she can't go to Chris Brown?
No.
Chris Brown's against her.
You can't get near her. For
Dude,
5
I
years.
saw her at the Grove when I was there the other day.
Bring her up for a sec.
Dime PC.
Really?
She was a stripper, correct?
I think you were saying that before.
She was his stylist?
Yeah, she was a stylist, and then she had to style him, and then that's how they met.
Well, she's
she's delicious.
Yeah, she's
She's
gorgeous.
So pretty.
And what happened with them? Did he hit her or something? Or?
No, he kept cheating on her. The Rihanna back.
And then she had he had a baby.
She accused him of a beating.
Yeah. No. Chris Brown had a baby with someone else. And she was like, "That's the final straw."
Yeah.
Like he got some other girl pregnant. She accused him of hitting her,
threatening, hitting, and all sorts of stuff.
Threatening to kill her too, right? Like,
I don't know about
he's crazy.
Yeah, she sounds like it sounds like they had a volatile relationship. Recent. Wow, 5-year restraining order. Damn. I mean, judges don't take that lightly, so you'd have to present evidence, right? You'd have to present evidence.
Oh, yeah.
She's just now coming out with him hitting her. Because they did an interview right when they broke up. She didn't say anything. She just said he cheated and he got another girl pregnant. But now she's saying that he hit her.
Who hits girls? Who in the world fucking hits a girl?
Shitheads.
And why would you hit her?
I don't know, man.
I'll take some solid punches for her.
I mean,
just for the fuck of it.
Spank
I'll be your big old dummy.
I'm not going to hit you, but
I'll be your big old.
I'm going to spank you. Get over my knee now.
Yeah,
you're going to get spanked.
Yeah,
in fact,
she is.
In fact, I'm going to get on all fours. I'm going to get all fours, and we're going to play the cow game. Moo.
I don't know if she's into that.
Well, I don't care. That's your punishment. You got to cow me up.
Damn, and now she's saying Chris had beaten her before. Someone needs to just beat the fuck out of Chris Brown.
Well, didn't Chris Brown beat the shit out of Rihanna and bite her?
It was kind of an equal fight, though.
Okay.
Like
Rihanna will give back.
She bit her, yeah.
I bet Rihanna gives back. She's not fucking around.
He's a bad dude, though. He's a fucking moron.
Dude, I'd step right in. I'd be like, hey, Chris, I box. Bop, 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 bop. I'd be like, Rihanna, you okay? Cry on my chest for a second. Let me wipe that little...
I'll tell you what, Chris Brown hits some freaking girls.
He's a good-looking guy, and he can dance.
Oh, he's so talented. He makes some hits.
Very sexy.
Why does he got to be such a fuck up? Why you got to be such a bad guy?
He's passionate, bro. He's just passionate.
No, that's it.
He gets territorial over his girls and keeps them in line.
Oh, you're
with his hand.
Rough road.
No, listen,
you're on
he pays
ABC,
a price.
sir.
He pays
you're talking about certified domestic violence abuser.
I am definitely not condoning that shit. I'm definitely not. But I'm saying,
let's go back on that, brother.
I'm saying that a guy like that seems to get away with this shit. But now he's got a 5-year. See,
he got a little screwed with the whole Rihanna thing. But then he's so talented, his career bounced back.
Yeah.
But.
Well, I think sometimes with people like this, they're like, well, it was a passionate relationship. And a lot of it was like, she accused him of it, but there was, people will make excuses for you. You know what I mean? For a while. But again, it's like if there's that much smoke, after a while, you're like, oh, sir, you hit women. You know?
Yeah, no, I'm pretty passionate, dude. That excuse doesn't work.
No,
for me.
I don't hit girls.
No.
I don't hit women.
Someone needs to beat the shit out of that guy.
Yeah.
Is that it, Jen?
How about one more?
All right.
What do you think of this? That 10% of them. This is according to a study with
That's
1,000
not real.
people online.
You know what? I believe it.
So nearly 10% of American adults believe chocolate milk comes from brown cows.
That seems a little suspect. If you're that dumb, then we need you to go ahead and move out of the country.
I saw this on Good Morning America, too, and it was dead serious. They were interviewing people, and they were dead serious. I feel like we should take those people in the back and just, like, shoot them.
You ever talk to police officers, and when they make arrests in certain parts of this country, and the one thing they say is, they go, dude, some people are so dumb, you would fucking fall over. Like, and the majority, like, you'll see, you did this crime. How do you think you're going to get away with it? Well, they're so fucking dumb.
I know. I always say it when people ask, oh, you hope your kid's a professional athlete, you hope he's an actor, comedian, what? I went, I just don't want to be dumb. Because you can't teach. Like, there's some people that just, their IQs are super low, and you have a conversation, it's just like, fuck.
This homicide detective was talking about how she was driving this guy to the station, and he said, where do you live? And she said, near the airport. And he goes, oh, yeah? So what do you do? Do you fly to work then? She was like, what? He's like, do you fly to work? She's like, no, I drive. He goes, okay. Then why do you live near the airport? Well, because I just do. Now,
dude, I
have to take you and put you in jail for the rest of your life, obviously. And that's exactly where you belong. So thank you so much for playing, but not this time round. This time round.
Thanks for playing live. You lost.
Thanks for playing live,
lock
sir.
you up now.
You dumb as shit.
So you fly to work?
Dumb as shit. You fly to work? No, I don't. Why you live near the airport?
After I'm like, you serious, bro? Yeah. Is this a fucking? Oh, you're dead serious.
She did. And he goes, what? He's like, all right, well, obviously.
I told you a long time ago. This kid from Louisiana, hell of a football player.
Oh yeah.
My first time at CU, we're sitting down. He goes, yo, white boy, how you spell chair? I went, yeah. Can you imagine chair? You believe that bullshit? And he goes, how do you spell chair? I'm like, you're dead serious.
Yeah.
You don't spell chair.
Didn't have an education.
And you had a fucking college.
Thank you, public high school.
College.
Yeah.
Even when I spelled it out, he didn't fucking spell it right.
Well.
Got his degree behind me.
Of course. There you go. There's football.
You believe we're doing this?
Football programs.
Oh my God. Oh, fuck. You've ruined my day. How the fuck did you make it here?
So much for my college
How
education.
are you not dead or in jail? Oh my God. All right, I'll see you on the other side.
Well, there it is.
Yeah, drop knowledge about stupid people?
I actually do. And it's interesting because this is about something called confirmation bias. And this is one of the big problems in all of our lives, and all of us do this. So what is confirmation bias? So if you listen to like a lot of debates, you hear a lot of, so are human beings responsible for global warming? Does gun control make society safer? Is immigration a problem? Is illegal immigration bad for the economy? There are all these questions. You always hear this stuff, okay? All these complicated questions. And what you want to do when you're kind of listening to all these problems and these questions is Trump good? Is Trump bad for the economy? Is he good for the country? Is he good for the world? You should be the kind of person that is empirical in your conclusions. What does that mean? Empirical evidence is when you have measurable evidence, when you have evidence that is irrefutable or at least measurable, okay? Then you should be the kind of person that changes their mind. It's okay to change your fucking mind politically. It's okay to say, maybe I'm not as conservative, maybe I'm not as liberal as I thought I was, based on the evidence, okay? But people just don't do that. They don't usually revise their beliefs in light of new information. Okay. And that's something that all of us have a problem, because what happens is our feelings control our thinking. Never underestimate how your feelings, your belief structure, how you were raised, that shit clouds the way you think. So just take a stock on that, because all of us have what's called confirmation bias. Okay. And it's a tendency psychologically to favor the information that already confirms your beliefs and how you think. If you're very religious, and you see something happen, you're going to come up with a religious reason for that. And you're going to be blind to maybe other explanations. We all do it. It's very human. No matter how educated. I do it. We all do it. So the world would be a better place if you first look at yourself and take a stock on where you have confirmation bias. And you will be fucking amazed. I've done it. You'll be amazed at how much you suffer from it, because we all do. Your feelings control your thinking. You have fast responses to complicated questions. Slow down, step back, slow down, and think for a second and look at the evidence. I swear it'll make your life better. You'll make better decisions. You'll be a better person, and you'll probably end up making more money, or at least not losing a lot of money. So there it is. That's my drop in knowledge for you kids.
Boom. Stay out of the massage parlors.
There it is. Stay out of the massage. It's a good podcast.
And get
buddy.
your cow on, man.
I enjoyed this podcast.
Good, man.
I think we covered a lot of important ground.
We sure did.
And, I know you got a busy day.
Busy day,
Can
busy
we talk
week,
about
man.
your Comedy Central thing?
Yeah, sure. We didn't talk about it.
Yeah. Tell us what's going
Man,
on.
get the
You're
fuck
going
out
to
of
be
it,
on
yeah.
Comedy Central.
Comedy Central on This Is Not Happening.
Which is Ari Shaffir's
Tell my
show.
story.
Very exciting.
I'm shooting it tomorrow. They shoot at Cheetahs.
Oh, I've been at Cheetahs.
Strip club. They shoot at Cheetahs.
That's a great place because it's a
call
round
times
stage.
4. Yeah, it's a round stage. Not used to a round stage.
Now, why haven't you invited me? Interesting.
That is interesting.
Are you afraid
I don't know if I have
judging you?
comps. No, not at all. I hope you guys are there. Hope Rogan's there.
All right. Well, let me know. Maybe I'll come.
Yeah, man.
I'd love to see you.
Shooting that. This Not Happening. I do not know when it's going to air, but I am shooting the story. It's official. And then I'm off.
It's a big deal, dude.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
Really big deal. And I like that story you're going to tell.
And then I'm off to New York on Wednesday. And then Thursday I have the Big Brown Breakdown live, Gotham Comedy Club. That bitch is sold out. And Friday I do work for Spike. Saturday's the Big Fight, Madison Square Garden. And then I'm going to be doing Barstool out there, podcasts. I'm going to be doing Jim Norton's podcast.
I like it.
Just some more stuff, man. So the ball is rolling. Then I will be live. I have a bunch of dates coming up. They're just announcing. They're just giving me the finalization today. I'll have for you guys. But the only date I have for you right now, not sold out, is Phoenix Stand Up Live, tfatk.com. Where can they find you, B?
You know what, buddy? I just found out in Charlotte, North Carolina. Of course, you know I'm going to be at the Just for Laughs thing. But Charlotte, North Carolina, July 20 to the 22nd, I'm going to be at the Comedy Zone at Charlotte, North Carolina. Get your goddamn
Are tickets on sale?
Yes, at TFATK. I'll have that posted. But
We'll have it up by tomorrow.
Yep.
Because they just sent you the
just
yeah,
got it. Just
not
got it.
yet. Buddy.
Charlotte, North Carolina, the Comedy Zone.
Charlotte, look for Bryan Callen. Those tickets will be available in the next few days. As always, anything you ever need, tfatk.com. This is the Fire and the Kid. We're out.
Yeah.